Guys, this was on $5,000 investment. Our total at this point was 54,000. You've made 54,000. So you ROI'd between month 5 and 6. You have ROI'd. Okay, you've made all your money back. 12-month mark, you've made 20K. 24-month, you've made 54,000. 3-year mark, you're at 131,000. Where people mess this up, let's just be. What I want to talk to you guys about today, I want to get pretty serious about this, but what I want to talk about is trying to earn your way to any sort of freedom. So whether you're wholesaling or you have a traditional business or whatever that might look like, if you're trying to earn your way to financial freedom, aka make more dollars, time for money, time for money, time for money, sell more widgets, sell more sandwiches, sell more time, sell more media packet, like whatever your thing is, you will not ever accomplish financial freedom. And I know this because success leaves clues, and we can look at people that have accomplished what we want to accomplish, and most of them we can actually determine what they do. Not how they generated income, but how they got wealthy. There's a difference. Most wealthy people did not generate their wealth, okay? Trading their time for money or selling a widget or whatever. Most people that did that invested in a way that was compounded. So again, you're trying to get financially free by selling 100,000 of this, or flipping X amount of houses, or wholesaling X amount of deals, or whatever it might be. You can generate money. I'm not saying you can't generate money. I'm saying you will never accomplish wealth. Everybody wants generational wealth. Hear me on this. Everybody wants generational wealth, but nobody's actually, I shouldn't say nobody. Most people are not doing the things that would ever get that. So you want generational wealth, but what you're doing is not in an avenue that would ever create generational wealth. How does that make any sense? I want to show you guys a couple things. This is something that I look at and I think about very often. So I'm going to give you guys some different scenarios. I want to show you some different things. Building a team and teach them to do it and then go invest 100%, man. So I look at this and I play around with models a lot. This is the calculatorsite.com, thecalculatorsite.com. What we have here is a couple different options. We have compound interest, we have simple interest, daily compound interest, and trading. So I want to give you guys a couple examples of how you can create wealth. Let's say that you're starting with $1,000 and you can do 20% a month. This is an example for a year, and every month you can add another 250. You'd be at 18,811 after the year. So from a cash flow perspective, month 1, 200, month 2, 290, month 3, 398. I want to be very specific about this. At 398, you are equivalent to 2 single family rentals. Month 4, you are at 527. Month 5, you are at 680, which is about 3, almost 4 rental properties. By month 11, you are earning $2,500 a month. Let's look at some other stuff. Let's look at something maybe a little bit more sustainable. Let's say you're starting with 5,000 and you're doing 7% a month. And let's say that your time frame is 3 years. And let's say you can add 500 a month. At the end of 3 years, you would be at 131,000. I'm 35, so I'm more looking at like a 5-year to an 8-year plan. When I look at an 8-year plan, it's over $8 million. Okay, it's pretty crazy. 9,000, 28,000. This is cash flow. 71,000, 167,000, 385, 875, 1.9 million. So this is how I think, and this is how I have begun to generate actual wealth. Some stuff I can compound daily, sometimes it's weekly, sometimes it's monthly, but we have to stop. I want to back up here. Most of you guys have watched my previous videos where we generate income. That income has to go to work for us, okay? When we're doing that, it can't be one and done. It has to be something that is compoundable, okay? So I want you guys to think, what can you do that is compounding from an investment standpoint every month? Guys, I'm telling you, the people that are wealthy, the people that we can look at and say, man, that guy has made it. That girl has made it. They're taking cash and they're putting it into things that can be compounded. They have an appropriate timeline, 3-year, 5-year, 10-year. I know people that are on a 20-year plan, depending on how old you are, depending on your risk tolerance, depending on your allocated time commitment. These are all things that you have to be considering so that you can come up with some sort of a plan. Most people do not have a plan. Jennifer said notes. So let's just say you have 20 grand, you buy a note, the note is producing $200 a month. How is that compounding? I'm not saying you're wrong. I want you to work through that. 20 grand, we got $200 a month. How is that compounding? Again, I'm not saying you're wrong. Some of the examples that I have, guys, I'm not going to lie to you. Most of them are on the alternative side, okay? I'm just being real with you. Most of them are on the alternative side, but most of them are like 7% a month, and every month my gain is added back into the principal. The following month I've made more. Take that more, add it back to the principal. The following month I make more and more and more. With a note, a real estate note, for anybody that doesn't know, it's like a mortgage. So I have a note on my house. I pay somebody every month. That is a note. It's that doc, right? It's the bank. With that, you could take that 200, but you can't buy another note for 200. Compounding into DeFi, yep, funds, Novatech, these are all projects, 100%. It's the promise to pay back so it never grows. Yeah, let's look at something. Let me give you guys a couple real world examples. Let's say you have $500 and you go to the thrift store and you buy some really cool vintage clothes. You sell them, you make $500, and then the next month you start with $1,000. You go out, you buy more clothes, you sell it, you get $1,800. Now you're starting with 18, sell it, profit. Now you're starting with 2,000 profit. That would be compounding. That would be compounding your earnings back into the business. And every single month you'd be making more money. That's a good example. Let's say that, Josh, you're taking your food truck and you are taking your profit, and now you've bought a slushy machine. Next month you're going to make more money. Take that money, now you're buying like a little ice cream cone stand. You're going to make more money. Now you've bought a second truck. Compounding. So there are ways to do this in the physical world, right? So guys, I'm telling you, I'm going to go back. I want to show you this. This is what I'm talking about. I'm going to go back and tweak this a little bit. Again, the 5,007, let's just say 8 years. So this is what I'm talking about. We started with $500. We made $350. We take that $350, we put it back in. The next month we make $409, $473, $541, $614. Month 10, we're at over $1,000 a month. Right? Month 17, we're at $2,000 a month. This covers a lot of people's mortgages. 2-year mark, we're making $3,500 a month. Guys, this was on $5,000 investment. Our total at this point was $54,000. You've made $54,000. So you ROI'd between month 5 and 6, you have ROI'd. Okay, you've made all your money back. 12-month mark, you've made $20K. 24-month, you've made $54,000. 3-year mark, you're at $131,000. Where people mess this up, let me just be frank with you. Where people mess this up is right here. Let's just look at this line right here. Right here, I really needed to buy a new lawnmower. You kill this compounding and you start back at number 1. Some people, it's even worse off. You've got 45 months of compounding. And the transmission in my car went out. And what you do is you sabotage this and you start all the way back at 0. What that means is that you would never actually get to the promised land, which is where you're making $490,000 a month. I know you guys, I know this is like impossible for people to see. $490,000 a month, Jordan, off of a $5,000 investment. Yeah, if you made 7% a month and added $250 a month and you compounded it. Yes, that is the math. That is not my opinion. That is not a projection. That is the math if that was to be the case. Most people sabotage their own growth. And that was only over this was over the course of, this was an 8-year plan. I'm telling you right now, most people do not have the patience to get there. Most people will sabotage it. Most people will ruin it. It's this fragile thing that is effing beautiful. $490,000 a month. They will destroy it. We are inherently greedy. We are inherently selfish. Again, that is not my opinion. Those are the actual numbers using an actual calculator. I have hundreds of thousands of dollars that I'm doing this with. Let's just look at that. Jordan, you're bragging. No, I'm not bragging. I work my D off. Let's say that we are starting with 100,000, 7%. Say that my timeline is I want to be done by the time I'm 45. I'm not going to add anything a month. Compounding monthly. This number is stupid. It's just stupid. Monthly. What happened? What did I break? I broke something. 7K, 7,400. I'm making 8,000 a month on month 3. On month 12, I'm making 14,000 a month. On month 24, I'm making $33,000 a month. 74,000. Making $100,000 a month, 41 months. I want to be very specific about this because I know somebody's going to jump in and say it. Somebody just say it so I don't have to repeat it. Somebody just say it. What are you thinking? What are you all thinking? Come on. That calculator is responsible for wasting too much of my life. It's too good to be true. It's too good to be true. Things go wrong. Bad things happen. Investments fail. Investments stall out, right? Josh, there's a 4-week blizzard in Montana. Happens, man. Like, things happen. Your truck breaks down, your food truck burns down. Like, things happen. Okay, it's never ever going to be a perfect world. It's never ever going to be a perfect thing. Okay, but I can tell you guys that I've had many months where I've made over $100,000 using this model. Sure. Have I lost money? Yeah. Most people's fear of losing money will prevent them from ever accomplishing anything great. Josh purchased a snowplow. See? Most people's fear of losing money prevents them from accomplishing anything great. It's too good to be true. There's a lot of risk. This isn't a DeFi conversation. Again, I gave you guys a bunch of real world examples, even from people on this call. What's more risky? I'm going to use somebody that I know won't get upset. I'm going to use Rob. What's more risky? Let's assume that I'm going to make an assumption that Rob is broke. Rob isn't broke, but for the example, Rob, what's more risky? Continuing to be broke and going to a job that you hate, losing time with your family and your kids, your little girl. Is that riskier, or is taking a chance riskier? Because you already know what the one side looks like. You already know what being broke looks like. You already know what paycheck to paycheck looks like. Okay, that is your normal. But most people, they're so scared to invest and to take a chance that they choose what's comfortable. Rob, I was using you as your name as an example, pretending that you were broke, and how most people's fear of investing. You know how many people won't come to boardroom because they're broke? So they will choose their normal where they're struggling because they're scared to make a $500 investment. So they repeat this normal that they hate because they're scared to make a $500 investment. The fuck is wrong with you? Seriously. Yeah, but I got a wife, I got kids. Exactly. Yeah, but I got commitments. Some of you guys choose the credit card company over your family every month. Some of you guys choose the insurance company over your family and your business every month. Some of you guys choose your employer's company over your family every month. And we wonder why we're broke. We wonder why we're not successful. We wonder why we're not happy. We wonder why our marriages aren't good. We wonder why our relationship with our kids aren't good. You choose a credit card company that you've never met, that doesn't give a shit about you, over your family. What is wrong with you? Jordan, this is turning into a little bit of a rant. You need to turn it down a little bit. Tune it down, homie. You're gonna lose subscribers. You're gonna lose followers, bro. People are gonna leave your app if you don't chill out. Get back to the chart where we all make money. Can't offend anybody. Heaven forbid we tell the truth. Here's where I was going with that. F the credit card company. Be late on your bill. Invest in yourself. You're not going to die. You're not going to lose your house. Skip the bill. Invest in yourself. Your fear of the credit card company or the insurance company or being a month late on your mortgage, your fear of these people is what keeps you stuck in this place and you never get to the promised land. I literally did this to a whole bunch of creditors or whatever you want to call them. I didn't pay them and I hired a coach. I made $500,000. I sacrificed and sold a vehicle at one point, got money, invested it, did this whole compound thing, and I got up to $100,000 a month. I didn't lose my house. Nobody came and repoed my car. Sure, they called me. Hey, man, you're late on your payment, or they texted me. That's okay. You're a multi-billion-dollar company. I think you're going to be okay without my $500, homie. I think you can wait a couple weeks. Did I offend anybody? I'm trying to. I'm literally trying to offend some people. We need a little bit of emotion. Like I'm trying to shake people up a little bit. We need a little bit of emotion. The fact that you're not upset about what I'm talking about is actually a problem, if assuming that you're broke or struggling. When I talk to people on the phone and they say, dude, I'm not going to come to boardroom. I'm not going to come to fake money experience. I'm not going to invest in this. I'm not going to invest in that. I'm not going to market. And they have no emotion. They're not upset. I get upset because they're not upset. Does that bother you? No, man. I'm just doing the best I can. You're good. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm cool. But not gonna come though. The only way to get financially free, guys, and to create generational wealth is to acquire compounding interest. This is where you have money or earn money. You utilize this money to make you more money, and you compound that daily, weekly, monthly, whatever the scenario might be. This is the only way that you will get financially free and create generational wealth. If you just want to make a couple $100,000 and not have generational wealth, trade your time for money, sell something, whatever that might be. If that is what you want, that is cool. There's no judgment. If you want generational wealth, it has to have compounding in it. I appreciate you guys. Talk soon.